welcome to Classy Handmade. How are you doing? So today is Stitch and Pattern Tuesday. I will be showing you how to make this keychain sunflower with some letters on it. The material you will need, you'll need your hook. I'm using a 3.5 hook, a keychain, some bead letters, and my word will be spelling out today, be kind. I'm playing a little, and then I have some kawaii 8mm kawaii eyes. So let's put that aside. For your yarn, you will need a color for the center. You can use brown because it's a sunflower, or whatever color you would like, and some yellow. You also need a bit of toy stuffing and a scrap piece of pink to make some cheeks. You'll need a yarn needle, okay. The stitch you will need to know is single crochet and half double crochet and double crochet. So let's get started. So I have some red heart yellow yarn here, that's for my petal, and I have Lion brand Woolhies, and it is, let's see what color it is, amber. So I'll use this for my center. So let's get started. So forget to mention that you will need a stitch marker to mark your stitches. So let's get started with our flower keychain. So to get started, you'll make a magic loop. And I make my magic loop by wrapping my yarn around my 2 fingers, taking my hook and grab the yarn at the back. Then I hold it and I'll chain 1 to secure it. This chain 1 does not count as a stitch in this pattern. Into the circle you will put 6 single crochet. You'll take the end of your yarn and pull it to close the circle. Take your stitch marker and mark your last stitch or your first stitch. I will mark my first stitch. So that's round 1. For round 2, you're going to put 2 single crochet into each stitch. So that's my first stitch, and I'm going to place my stitch marker to mark my stitch. So go ahead and put 2 single crochet into each stitch for a total of 12 single crochet. So I came to my stitch marker, so I know I have 12. If you're not sure, you can count your stitches. Let's zoom in a bit so I can show you. So you can see your stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Remove your stitch marker, and you're going to, for row 3, you're going to put 1 single crochet and then increase into the next stitch. So you are doing a increase into every other stitch for a total of 18 stitches. So you're increasing 6 times. So you do 1 single crochet, then you increase into the next stitch, and you repeat this 5 more times. 1 single crochet, increase into the next stitch. So go ahead and continue doing that. 1 single crochet, increase into the next stitch, at my last stitch I should have the increase. So for round 4 you're going to do 2 single crochet. So 1, I'll put my stitch marker in the first stitch, 2, and into the third you're going to increase, and you're going to do that 6 times for a total of 24 stitches. So 2 single crochet, 1, 2, increase into the third. So go ahead and do 2 single crochet, increase into the third stitch, and I'll meet you at the end of round 4. Two single crochet into the last stitch. So I have a total of 24 single crochet. I'm going to stop increasing here. I'm going to move my stitch marker and I'm going to put 1 single crochet into each of the 24 stitches for 2 rounds. So go ahead and put 1 single crochet into each stitch for 2 rounds, and I'll meet you back at the end of the 2 rounds. So I'm at the end of round 6, and you will see the piece started to curve like a bowl, and that's what you want it to do because that's the front of your flower. So you're going to take your stitch marker out and slip stitch into the next stitch to fasten off. And you're going to cut your yarn and weave in your ends, or you can just leave the end and you can work over it as you go. At this time you'll take your kawaii eyes and you are going to insert it in row 4. So let's see, 1, so put your piece that way so the end is pointing down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to put it between row 4 and 3 and 4, sorry. So you just insert it there. If you want the dots to go wherever you want, you face it wherever you want. I like mine's up like that. And then you're going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and insert with 3 spaces in between. Okay, so that's how your eyes will look. If you think it's a bit close, you can move it over. As you just look and average how you would like it to look and where you want it to look. So turn it over, get the back of the eyes and put it on. And you only do this for the front. unless you want to make a two-face sunflower. Okay, so let's apply that so it's on. What I like to do, I make a washer at the back of my eyes, and it helps to keep it from coming out. I'll take my lighter and I light it, and then I press it down, and what that does, it makes it flat, so it creates like a washer. So you see, it makes it flat. Okay, we're going to get our yellow yarn now to make our petals. So join your yellow yarn, let's make a slip loop. Insert your hook. We're going to insert it into the last single crochet that made on the brown piece, and then grab the loop on the yellow yarn and pull it through. Okay, so we're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the second chain from the hook, we're going to do 1 single crochet, in the next 2 chain you're going to put one half double crochet into each stitch. So 1 and half double crochet is yarn over, insert, you have 3 loops on the hook, pull through all 3. In the next 3 chains you're going to put 1 double crochet into each stitch, and a double crochet is yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, and you repeat that 2 more times. And this is your first petal made. So you're going to skip 2 on the brown, 2 single crochet on the brown. So sorry for the interruption. I was saying you need to skip 2 single crochet, 1, 2, and into the next single crochet, that will be the third, you put 1 single crochet. And that's how your petal is made. And you're going to repeat this same way of making the petal 7 more times. So let's do another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Into the second chain from the hook, 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet into the next 2, 1, 2, 1 double crochet into the next 3. Skip 2 single crochet and single crochet into the next. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Skip the first chain and into the next you put 1 single crochet, half double crochet into the next 2, double crochet into the next 3, 1, 2, 3. Skip 2 single crochet and single crochet into the next. So we're coming up to the finish of our last petal. So we have 1, 2, 3 stitches. You're going to skip 2 of the single crochet and single crochet into the next. single crochet, and you fasten off. Cut your yarn, and you're going to use your tapestry needle to weave in the ends. So at this time we're going to take our brown yarn again, and we're going to follow the same that we did for the first part of our flower. We're going to follow that. So we use our brown yarn, and we're going to follow from row 1 to row 4 to make our next side of the back side of our flower. So you make your magic loop, and into your magic loop you're going to put 6 single crochet, and you're going to increase until you get to 24. So from row 1 you're going to have 6, row 2 12, row 3 18, and row 4 24. And then you're just going to, I'm going to meet you back at the end of row 4. So you are at the end of your second piece of the center piece for your flower, and you have 24 stitches. So you're going to fasten off, but leave a long enough tail to sew your piece together, because you're going to take the back and the front piece and sew them together. So we're going to take our yellow yarn, and we're going to make some petals at the back part of our flower. Okay, so join your yarn in the last stitch, I think you should turn your work, so turn the outside piece, the inside piece, the wrong side should be facing you. So when you make your petals and you turn it, it will be on the right side. So work on your wrong side for this side, for the back part for your petal. So you attach your yarn and chain 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Single crochet in the second chain from hook, half double crochet in the next 2 stitch, two half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, 3 double crochet, 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches, skip 2 single crochet, 1 2, and single crochet in the next, chain 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and you're going to skip the first chain and single crochet into the next, half double crochet into 1 half double crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then you're going to do 3 double crochet, 1 double crochet into each stitch. So go ahead and repeat this. You should have 8 petals after you finish going around the entire circumference of your circle. So you do that, you skip 2 single crochet and single crochet into the next. So go ahead and continue making your petals, and I'll meet you back at the end when I finish making all of my petals. So for the second piece, you're going to skip 1 2 and then single crochet right in that, right next to the first petal where you make that first single crochet, and you're going to fasten off. Cut your yarn, and you're going to weave in all these ends. You can actually put the ends into the flowers like this, so you don't have to weave it in. Only the ones that cannot go into the flowers, you better off weaving it in. Or you can stitch all of them into the flowers. So here you go, you can put them like that. So we're going to get our tapestry needle, get our pink yarn. I have a piece of scrap pink yarn here. I'm going to thread my needle. Take the front of my flower and I'm going to embroidery a cheeks right under the eyes. I pull it right out, so I gotta do it all over again. So just be careful, watch what you're doing, and then you just a line under the eyes of pink yarn to give it some. So I got it done. So you see this one is a little bigger. I like the smaller one, so I'll take it out and make it smaller. Here's the cheeks I embroider onto the flower, and then I'll just take the yarn and tie it in the inside. So when you're sewing all this together, that's why I make your back and a front piece, you won't see any of these extra yarn. They'll be all hidden in the inside of the flower. So we're going to I'm going to weave these in so it could get to the middle of the flowers. So it will be in the inside. So okay, so they're all secure in the flower. So the yarn that I told you to leave, so let me do this one too. Take it to the center of the flower. Yarn split. Sometimes you could have the needle don't go, the yarn don't go through the needle, it splits. Okay, so I think that's good. So the long yarn that I told you to leave on the second piece, we're going to use that to put our pieces together. So you take the wrong side and you face them together like this. Thread your yarn needle onto the yarn and you're going to sew the pieces together. So let me zoom in a bit so you can see what I'm doing. So I have my two pieces together, and remember they're both 24 stitches, so just make sure your ends are in, and you just take the needle and you push it from the back to the front, and you go like that, and then you bring it through back to back. But make sure you're doing it at the edge of the brown piece. So you do that, then you carry it through the front, or I just do like this. You're just sewing the pieces together. Make sure you get both pieces, back and front, so when you stuff it, your stuffing will not come out. Keep the petals out of the way because it seems to be getting caught. What I forget to mention to you, make sure you off center the back, so the petals will be falling in between each other. So you see the back petal is falling in between these two. So if you off center it, like, you don't line up the petals together, you just put one in between. So make sure that one, so you see the back is between, like that. So this is the back and this is the front, so make sure it's between these two. Okay, and then you continue sewing. Just hold it together and sew around. It is the same size, it's just that one have 2 extra rows, because when you put in the stuffing it would protrude, it would be puffy in front, but they have the same amount of stitches. So go ahead and sew the 2 pieces together until you have a reasonable size. So like right now I could start stuffing. So you see that's the inside. So you take your stuffing and you start stuff as you go. Make sure you don't take your yarn needle and continue to sew the piece together. All the way around, closing it up. Okay, I think that's enough. So you see your face is protruding like that when you stuff it. That's why I have you do the extra stitch, so it looks like a little face inside. So I'm going to, I have just a little more. I think I stuff enough, so I'm not going to put any more stuffing. If you want, you could also whip stitch it from through the, like, let me show you. In between here there are spaces if you want, and you can see the stitches, but I prefer to do it this way. Okay, almost finished. The yarn is hooking on the petal, that's why it's taking me such a long, it's taking longer. Alright. Alright, this is my last stitch. I'm going to pull the loop, but I'm not going to pull it all the way through because I want to secure it. So you pull it but leave a loop, and then you take your end of your needle and push it through to secure. Then you weave it in like that, and then you cut it. Catch a piece of yarn and just chain 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Go back right where you started and just single crochet and fasten off, and weave the excess yarn into your petal to secure it so it won't. Or if you don't want to do that, you can leave the ends, that same piece that you have hanging from where you just did that connection for your keychain. Take your letters, and here I have my letters, and I will just put my letters onto that extra piece of. So I have the word be kind, and It's a play on word. I put B, B-E-E, and K-I-N-D. So I am going to put my letters on that. Okay, so here you see I have the letters, so the letters can hang like that. Sorry. And also I don't have to weave it in. Okay, I have a little decorative paper bead that I made, and I'm going to put it on there. So you could just dress it up however you want, you know. I'm gonna go back through the bead. And you could even put a little tassel there. You dress it up however you want to dress it up. And I'm going to go back through. I want to tie it off. So I am going to tie it off right here. But I want to leave enough to make a knot at the bottom because I don't want my bead to come off. Okay. So there's where we go. And then you have, and I'm going to tie this around here to secure it. And then cut the excess off. And then you just push your bead down. I lose my knot, so make sure you tie your knot properly. Okay, so let's attach the keychain. So I have my 2 pieces. I'm going to take it and attach it to the key. Open the ring. Put the top part in, and while you're putting that top part in, you have that piece open, just slide your end of your flower in it, and it make it easier to put on. Okay, and there you go, all done. So that's your sunflower keychain. This one is more curly. Look at this. This yarn is a number 4. Both are number 4 weight yarn. And you see the difference, same amount of stitches. This one is the Wool Ease and this one is Red Heart. Super Saver, and they said this is a number 4 medium. So the difference is very noticeable. Same number 4 weight yarn. I don't have the labels, so I can't tell you if it's worsted, but I think it's worsted, the Red Heart Super Saver. So if you want the middle to be bigger, use a worsted weight yarn. If you want it to be smaller, you can use a medium weight yarn, and the inside will come out smaller. So I hope you like this tutorial and you will make some keychains. You could also change the color up of the petals and the face, the middle part, and make whatever color you like. So if you do like, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this to my channel for more Stitch and Pattern Tuesday. And thank you for joining me on Stitch and Pattern Tuesday. Until next time, remember to be kind. Bye.